I was like, what is STD? What in the... Who wrote this?
Osgood, I do not get disturbed by many things. I was, in fact, disturbed as shit by Longlegs. So please talk to me. Tell me the origin of my new nightmare. Did this start as a concept of the Longlegs character? Was it a concept of the story? Like, what happened? What was the origin?
It started with a character, and he was a character that I had tried to find a place for in other projects. It was sort of an entity that existed for me. This kind of greasy guy that shows up at your kid's birthday, uninvited and unannounced, and somehow knows it's your kid's birthday and has a little show to put on, but the show is only a distraction for something else that he's doing. So I really only had as much as that, and then wanting to kind of connect with a bigger audience, and figured the way to do that would be to trick them into thinking that they were watching Silence of the Lambs, and then do a thing where it was obviously not that at all. So it's sort of it comes from the intention is to have a good time. The intention is never to brutalize anybody or make anybody feel bad. And also just to reference and to be in reverence of things that mattered to me, or things that matter to me. And the experience of Silence of the Lambs, just on a cinematic level, was something that really mattered to me when I was a certain age and I saw it for the first time at the City Walk Cinemas.
Amazing. I like that you specifically called out that the intent was to trick, because as I was watching this, I was like, my parents are going to buy a ticket to see this movie. They're going to go see it thinking it's kind of like Silence of the Lambs. They are not prepared for what it actually is going to unfold. And I love that.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Maika, you're carving out a space in the world of contemporary horror. It Follows still tops my list of best modern horror films. The Watcher was incredible. Longlegs is going to end up on that list as well. So at this point, you're kind of like an oracle. Like if Maika Monroe is in your movie, it's going to end up as an all-timer. That's just how it goes. So I'm wondering, when you receive these scripts, what is it that you're looking for? Like, what is the hook for you?
I mean, it's different with every project. It follows. I read the script and I thought it was the weirdest, maybe worst. I was like, what is STD? What in the... Who wrote this? And, I was doing it from a place I needed to pay my rent, and, like, that's how It Follows happened. And Watcher, I had seen Chloe's short film Slut and was obsessed long before I was sent Watcher, and was just, like, telling my team, like, we gotta stay on this, girl. And Oz, Oz is Oz. He's made incredible films, and then I was sent this script that was one of my favorite scripts I've read in a long, long time. And it was just, again, that feeling of, I need to do this.
Did that tone come through on the page already? Because there's a strangeness to Oz's work in general, but this one, like I said, that sense of dread, and it's just, there's a strangeness and an oddness to it.
Definitely. I definitely felt it reading it. Yes.
Amazing. I love it. I'm wondering the T-Rex of it all. Why T-Rex? Like, why not another band? I mean, they've got some great lines that work really well with this, but I'm curious if it was that or something else.
I think the answer is sort of in the question, sort of why not? It's like if the impetus is on me as one person to be generating this world and generating this material, at least laying out a blueprint for all the other artists who are going to contribute to the movie, then I can't just make everything up. Like, not everything can be made out of whole cloth, right? You gotta borrow from what's around. And so it becomes, what's in my environment? What's my kid saying? How does my teenager speak? What does my wife feel about this? What is that book that I just read? Oh, I just saw a movie that had a thing in it that I thought was really great. T-Rex was just a group, an entity that I didn't know very well, and then it just sort of happened that I started listening to them, and really dug it. And as I was writing it, it's just part of what's playing on the big radio of life, right? And you just sort of tune in and you say, at a certain point, my job is just decision making. So if the universe starts saying, hey, I think it's T-Rex, then I can either be like, I think you're wrong, or I can be like, yeah, sounds. Let me look into that. And so you look into it, and then you start reading lyrics, and then you find things. Oh, the teeth of the Hydra. You're like, oh, that's a many-headed monster. Oh, the Bible phrase is the same thing, a beast with horns and a thing, and it starts to just take its shape, and you start saying yes to the things that come your way.
I'm glad the universe was right on this one and you chose to say yes. All right. Thank you guys so much. I know we're out of time. Congratulations. I'm really excited for my parents in particular to go see this. So
Thank you.
Very much.